Yeah, I mean, everybody's really concerned about that right now because, and this is one of the big debates that we were having with for the contracts during the strike with SAG. Um, and we've made some progress in the contract, although it's not as much as a lot of actors had hoped. I still haven't read everything in the contract, but from what I understand, like you do have to allow them to scan your appearance. For certain roles. And I think part of that comes with, you know, any sort of CGI that might be added to a film. And people are scared that then, you know, their image will be used in perpetuity.
Mm-hmm.
However, I've also heard some people talking about, you know, well, if that is going to be the reality of things, at least can I like own the rights to my image? So, for example, if they continue to make virtual characters out of my image, even after I die, is like the owning the rights to my image something that I can then pass on down to my family, so that then at least me and my family are profiting from my image being used.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely scary. There's some things that it affords us as far as imagination goes. You know, we wouldn't have Game of Thrones, we wouldn't have Star Wars in the same way if it weren't for all of these technological advancements. So that in some ways it's exciting. And then I also hope that, you know, just like I would say the Star Wars movies, you know, 1, 2, and 3 that came out in the 90s, they went too far with CGI. Like no one liked Jar Jar Binks, for example, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it was too much, it was weird. And so they ended up going back to as much, you know, real props and organic costumes and things that they could. I'm forgetting the term for that, the practical props, as opposed to CGI. So I think that there are some things that like people are going to try to push the limits and then we'll pull back. You know, we're going to see like, okay, can you tell the difference between a Lifetime Christmas movie that's written entirely by AI or not? Like, and so I hope that there is still there's something human that cannot be replaced by technology. I think what we need to do is learn to utilize the technology to our advantage and get ahead of the rules around it. I think it's one thing that our generation regrets about social media is we didn't really get ahead of it and understand what it would do to us and like where we needed to have rules and boundaries around it. So hopefully we've learned a little bit from that experience and we will get ahead of this a little bit.